Hello everyone, Mrs. Hunter here. I just wanted to come in with a quick video. Now that you all have chosen your topics, I wanted to go ahead and give you some information on how to share your research using verbal citations. We oftentimes hear about plagiarism in terms of writing papers, but it's important that even when you're speaking publicly that you always share your research. This is going to be important also for your grade, okay? All right, so the first things first is why use verbal citations? Because it adds credibility. It shows your work. It avoids plagiarism by giving credit to others for their work, and it shows the timeliness of research and resources. Next, we have general guidelines, all right? Students always ask me, Miss Hunter, what in the world? Like, what are the rules? And it's really true that it's really simple to do, all right? You want to be brief, but provide enough information that your audience can track down the source. All right, you want to highlight what is most important for that source.
Now, in citing the research in your speech, you can include a plethora of information. You can talk about where the research was conducted, the author's name, the year of publication, the title of the article, the title of the journal, the organization or the occupation that conducted the research. There are so many different pieces to your verbal citation that you can use. The most important thing to remember, though, is that you need at least 3 things to make your citation credible. A good acronym to remember is PAY. P for publisher, A for author, Y for year. So if you want to just know something easy that you could do, you can just think of that acronym if you have those 3 things, or you can mix and match any of the other items. I have included a verbal citations quick tips worksheet with all the different elements and options that you have in the speech resources folder. So check it out for ideas. Now we're going to jump into the types of citations and what to do, and we're going to do a little practice so you know exactly how easy it is to cite your research in your speeches.
Okay, there are different types of citations. There's the full citation and the abbreviated citations. Full verbal citation includes all of the research, okay? And that makes it the easiest way so that that research can be found. The abbreviated verbal citation has less information, but still includes the most important aspects of that specific source.
For the sake of the example in this video, let's pretend that a student is doing an informative speech on obesity and giving their research. We're going to see what to do and what not to do.
For the full verbal citations, it's going to sound something like, according to Harvard University professors Dr. Smith and Dr. Jones, research on this topic published in the summer 2015 issue of the New England Journal of Medicine, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So they got who it was, where it was done, the year, and what journal. Okay? Then for the abbreviated one, it says a 2015 study in the New England Journal of Medicine reports that Harvard University professors blah, blah, blah. All right, so in this example, you can still find that study. We know what year, we know it was published in the New England Journal of Medicine, and we know that it was Harvard University professors. All right, so either one of these are totally fine, but you need to make sure that you have a full or abbreviated verbal citation as you're speaking. Okay? So let's practice, all right? Now, this is where the do's and don'ts come in, all right? So on the left side, we have what we are not going to do. This is what I do not want to see or hear in your speeches. I don't want to hear research done by Mary Pompous shows that more deaths result from obesity than cancer than heart disease combined. Okay, so why that's wrong is because it just says the person's name. Who's Mary Pompous? What did she do? What was her title? Where is she from? What journal was this published in? When was this work done? Okay, so this is not the right way to do. So the correct way to say this information would be a 2019 research article titled Obesity and Impermanence by Mary Pompous at the Center for Disease Control shows that more deaths result from obesity than from cancer and heart disease combined. Do you see why this is a better way to cite the information? One, it gives us some background information on Mary Pompous. It tells us that she's with the Centers for Disease Control. It also tells us that this study was done in 2019, and it gives us the title of the study. Okay, or the title of the article. So you want to make sure to include that information. Do you guys see? I hope you can see why that makes this one more credible and a better citation that is given verbally when you're speaking. Okay, let's do another one. People love to do facts and figures. All right, 69% of Americans are overweight or obese. Okay, according to who? Who told you that? Who gave you that information? So the correct way to say that would be a research study by Dr. Alan Anderson and Associates at Harvard University in 2017 found that 69% of Americans are overweight or obese. Okay, so over here we know that Dr. Alan Anderson and Associates, so we know that more than one person was included in this study. But let's say it's probably more than 2 or 3 people. So I'm not expecting you to cite 15 people. So Dr. Anderson, Dr. Hunter, Dr. Phillips, Dr. Robinson. You don't have to give that many people's names in your citation. Okay, so you can say the first person in the study, so Dr. Alan Anderson, and then say and associates. Okay, but you have who did it, where they did it, when they did it. Another one, according to yahoo.com. My mind as your instructor will not even listen to this because yahoo.com is not a credible source. It's not a credible place to get information. So this one is extremely wrong, all right? According to yahoo.com, even if you were to have found an article on Yahoo, you need to find the source of the scholarly information, okay? Do not cite Yahoo and Google. That's not scholarly, okay? So over here, 2000 study by the researchers in the University Health Commission at Harvard University demonstrates that more deaths result from obesity than from cancer and heart disease combined. Okay, so we have when, where, who. Okay, another one that I hear students say, an article I read said that. Okay, again, we're missing important information. What article? There's billions of articles that you could have read. So you need to make sure that you do it like this. The year in a 2019 issue of Journal of Health Metrics, Dr. Mary Beth Swanson noted in her article, Obesity Facts and Figures, that more deaths result from obesity than cancer and heart disease combined. Okay, so you have to give the supporting information. We know when, we know where, we know who. We even know the title of the article in this particular example. So let's be sure that as we share our information in our speeches, we are citing correctly. Again, a good practice is to go ahead and put that information into your speech outline so that as you're practicing and you're going through and becoming very familiar with your information, that you have those citations stated correctly. All right. So I hope this quick little video helped you out. And of course, if you have any questions or commentary, be sure to email me. All right, guys, have a good afternoon.